it happened. Religiously it was there. When I went there, it was the same. Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. What is this?
Volume is here.
Nothing.
They didn't say Hari Om.
Yesterday, somebody pointed out to know more.
Now Swamiji can speak.
That won't go.
Something coming in between.
Hari Om Swamiji.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om Swamiji.
Hari Om.
Hari Om Salam Swami.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Yesterday, Saturday, what will happen when you put here? No. Hari Om. Yesterday, somebody wanted to know more about this particular stanza, and we read out some portions from Yogananda Paramahamsa. We will try to dwell upon it more through the words of Ranganathanji Maharaj. Neha vikramana shosti pratyavayo na vidyate swarpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. It's a very, very important sloka. Every time we go through that, we get more and more clues for our workaday life. In this great path of Yoga Buddhi, so far he was talking about Sankhya Yoga. Now he is trying to enter into the karmic. How to involve ourselves in action, at the same time not get bound by it. The other one looks to be somewhat, philosophical, textual. But here when he comes down at the action level, all of us can easily identify with that. You do something. You leave it due to some circumstances. When you come next to it, you have to start once again. Many things in life belong to this category. This is especially true of all religious rituals. But in this case, there is no such trouble. So rituals you do, you finish a ritual half, when you return to it, you cannot continue the next half. You have to start from ABC once again. But in this path, Yoga Buddhi, everything is cumulative. So nothing is in vain. You do what you can, leave it. After some time you can come back again, continue from where you left it. Continue further. What can be called cumulative development. In fact, it is the nature of character building. Character development is always cumulative. You do something, you build up character. Then you have other things to do, then you forget all about it, come back again, restart. That is the meaning of this wonderful shloka. Neha avikrama nasosti. And pratyavayona vidyate. There is no evil resulting from some mistake in the action. Then comes a tremendous assurance, swarpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even a little of this dharma, this philosophy, will save us from great fear. Character development is not just a matter of one day. You go on doing it. Slowly build up. Build up a great character, a strong character. It takes time. And so cumulatively you are building up a wonderful character with tremendous humanist resources. So there is no abhikrama nasha, waste of unfinished attempt. Whatever you have done before leaving off remains yours. When we learned the cycling, you remember that? Even when we take up our studies, even if we are not in a position to go ahead with it, whatever we have learned, we have absorbed, we have assimilated, it stays with us. In good old days, many of the professions, it was all traditional. A carpenter's son becomes a carpenter. A ironsmith, goldsmith, his son becomes the same. But how, by constantly watching. He may make mistakes, but whatever we have learned will take him to the next step. The father will be watching. Whenever he gets dispirited or frustrated, he will be encouraged. Think about it. So it is not a superhuman thing. We all do it, but we have forgotten this. Whatever you have done before leaving off remains yours. You come back and start from where you were left. Just like a man building a house. It has got 100,000 rupees as the estimate. He has only 10,000. So he lays the foundation, builds up the plinth. Then the money is exhausted. Let it remain. It is good for it. It will be well stabilized. Later on again he got 10,000, he builds it up further. Then further money came. In this way, in so many stages, the building becomes completed. This is what happens in all efforts of character development. And this development of character has one wonderful quality. It makes you strong. It makes you fearless. It makes you compassionate. It makes you feel one with it. Therefore, even a little of this dharma will save us from great fear. Salpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Gita's teaching is even a little is better than nothing. It is not all or nothing. Sri Krishna says to one and all, as much as you can. Take from my teaching, build up your own life and character as much as you can. Don't depress yourself with the thought, oh, that man has done so much, I don't have the strength, I shall do nothing. No, this is not the correct approach. That man has done according to his strength. You do according to your strength. Step by step, inch by inch, build up your great character and personality by handling this psycho-physical energy system that is within you. Out of your psychic energy system, you are going to produce a remarkable product, namely Buddhi. Buddhi Yoga, Yoga Buddhi. Discriminative faculty, a luminous point within the human sensory and psychic system. That is to be developed out of the same psychic energy system. Without bringing this word, Papa just says, try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. No? This is how the Buddhi Yoga starts. Because we always deal with men and matters from our level. The assumed personalities level. Whereas Papa and Bhagavad Gita and everything says, go to your origin. Origin of not only yours, the origin of everything that you see, that you hear, that you taste, that you touch, that you smell. Everything. Go to the origin. And this is a journey with the help of the Buddhi. Buddhi is your intelligent, discriminative faculty. You will, and all your will, and all emotions mixed with it in a beautiful harmony. It is the greatest instrument of human development, reason. Imagination and will are integrated in it. That is what we need. And the Gita is going to tell us again and again the greatness of Buddhi. In many places you will find it invoked in the Gita. Buddhahu Sharanam Anvicha. Take refuge in Buddhi. With that Buddhi you will all achieve everything. Buddhi is essentially reason, but not dry intellectual reason. Reason which has been reinforced by emotions, by feelings. All motivation comes from emotion and feeling, not from the intellect. And then comes will with its power of impact. And so, when you combine all the three, you get a wonderful instrument of human development. That is called Buddhi. A student in school or college studies various books, but the ultimate result of all study should be the evolution of that Buddhi. Then great things will come for oneself as well as for others. A person goes to a doctor. The doctor examines and tells a patient, you must, this is a beautiful example, Sarpam apyasya dharmasya, Today when we are going through it is the easiest way to absorb the teachings of this great sloka. Doctor says that you must take 1 liter of milk every day for your health. Doctor, I don't have that much money to take 1 liter of milk every day. All right, then take half a liter every day, he will say. Then fine, all right. Then finally 1/4, take even a little. Then finally 1/4 liter, take it. It is good for you. That is the nature of this teaching. As much as you take, that much is good for you. If you can't take 1 full liter, I shall not take any milk at all. That is not the attitude. So, Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. What is the nature of that buddhi? He comes to the next. So, inch by inch, drop by drop, we build it up. No? And God provides. Not that we have to struggle hard. He provides. But we should have the eyes to see, ears to hear. If our priorities and preferences take us away to sense objects, we can't blame. Varieties they have placed. Even in Gita, just imagine, there are varieties of interpretation. One more stanza. Before we start something, we have to ask you, no? Any other sloka that comes to your mind?
Swamiji, 51. Swamiji, 51.
51.
Karmajam buddhi yuktahi param chaktva manishinaha. Janma bandha virirmukta param gacchantya namayam. 51.
कर्मजम मुक्तियुक्तो हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्म बंध विनिर्मुक्ताः पदम गच्छन्त्य नामयम्. The wise, possessed of this evenness of mind, freed forever from the fetters of birth, go to that state which is beyond all evil. Karmajam bhalam. Whatever fruits come out of karma, those who have yoga buddhi, they know how to handle those fruits. They never take these fruits for themselves. Karmajam buddhi yukto hi phalam tyaktva. They renounce these fruits for the good of all. Who? Manishina, the wise people. Janma bandha vinirmuktaha. They become freed from the bondages of birth and death. Padam gachanti anamayam. They attain to that state free from all evil. When? Here in this very life. That's a great stress in all Vedanta and the Gita. Not a promise to be realized in heaven, post-mortem heaven. Here itself you will reap the fruit. You will know that this is true. This can be achieved. This has been achieved by people. I can also achieve it. So I am fashioning my life and work in such a way that that blessing will come into my life. This is what to be achieved in the course of our lives and work. At every place, Shankaracharya will say, ihaiva, ihaiva, here itself, here itself. Generally, religion gives us something of a promise in the future life. That is not the philosophy taught in the Gita and all the Upanishads. It is all here and now. That lit infinite nature of man. When you realize it here itself. That is how fulfillment comes in human life in this very world. It is said of Buddha that he achieved buddhi, illumination at Bodh Gaya. And so the concept of spiritual realization, Vedanta and Buddhism is very unique. You get it here and now. But in the case of Sri Krishna and Buddha, you will find the story of Brahma and Indra, even gods in heaven. They came down to be blessed by these two great personalities. Anyone who realizes this truth here is far superior to all the gods which we are otherwise have. The greatness of the human system is such that the divine is present within him or her with the organic capacity to realize the truth. This is very important, this particular word. The greatness of the human system is such that the divine is present within him or her with the organic capacity to realize the truth. So the evenness of mind if we possess, earlier, he said, Samatvam yogamuchyate. Evenness of mind. Second chapter gives a lot of importance for this particular aspect. Samachittada. Equal-mindedness in all situations. We must try. Sometimes we may be able to, sometimes we may not be able to. So here we try. And if we get this, even-mindedness will not encourage us to enjoy the fruits of our own action. Immediately we think there are so many contributory factors for the success or for the fruition of your efforts, and so it has to be shared. So in this sloka he says, the wise man, buddhi yukraha, karma balam tyaktva. They will not appropriate it to themselves. Anything that they do, it will be for a wider dimension, nobler dimension, never for oneself. So two things, even-mindedness and karma bhalam tyaktva. Renounce the fruits of action. All great things had happened, Even all scientific achievement. The beneficiaries may not know the benefactor. Benefactor is not interested. Because benefactor only wants the benefit to reach out to the innumerable beneficiaries. Think about it. Karmajam buddhi yukta hi phalam taktva manishinaha. What getting to that state in this very life. It is not a promise for a future life. We had no idea as to how many people will come. So when a cook was arranged, he came and asked us, for how many should I prepare? Who knows? Somebody said 1,000, somebody said. And it was raining also. So we thought, many people may not turn out. But actually, when the whole function was over and it was time for food, feeding, people started coming. Finally, the score was 12,000. We were busy here, The sadhus were to be given. Every now and then we somehow send people to know what is happening. But the cook, every time when somebody reports, this one is getting exhausted, immediately, And by 2:30 or 3 o'clock probably, 2:30, yes, everybody was fed. There was no complaint, there was no shortage. Amazing. And when he came back, came to us, Chidambariyar had arranged him, a great noble person, Adiga. Always, whenever we say self-contained and self-contented, we remember him. So when he came, the same Adiga, morning who asked me for how many people, there was no grumbling, no complaint, I could do, the stress was there. Somehow I managed, not a single word. He was teaching us this particular sloga. Samajita, when we was handling everything with that even-mindedness, he was able to accept the new challenges. To him it was not a challenge, and he handled it in such serenity, such calmness, such quietude. Everybody was happy, and he was not elated. When Chidambarayar told me about this, then only I came to know that so many people he had arranged. And then, whatever the fees was, that also he won't say anything. So we asked then Chidambarayar to find out from the nearby people how much they charge. He should not lose a pie. And when he did not say even then, we couldn't contain. We put some more, and then when we gave he did not count. And with prasadam, we went happily. He was teaching us great principle that if you have this samajitadasa, this even-mindedness, and if you are not running after the fruits of action to claim, I have done this, then it cannot but be a success. Not only to you, even those who have not attended today, I am sharing, we are reliving those moments. Such a deep, in-depth impact it had. Simple man. Normally there will be complaints, you only said 7,000, we prepared for 10,000, but it is again gone. Unless you have a company, how will we manage all those? No. There was no grumbling, no complaint. Self-contented, self-contained. So when we read out this Gita, we need not be under the impression that it is superhuman. No. God is parading before us such are the people who are ordinary people, in whom all diseases are conspicuous evidence. Karmajam buddhiyukto hi phalam tyaktva manishinaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha. So Lord assures, if we cultivate such habit, we will be freed from the birth and death. Because birth and death comes only when we have desires, unfulfilled desires, unfulfilled deep impressions left over by our desires. Here, he is contented, Nothing else he requires. Whatever God prompts him from within, he does it best. Always that, apuryamana matala pradishtam. That serenity, that calmness, that quietude. Not out of indifference, but out of the feeling of fullness. So to them, they will be freed from the clutches of this birth and death. As we have been repeating, we are trying to understand it through examples. Then only Gita is entering into us. Otherwise it is a text, that's all. So now Papa is prompting us to take up this Bhagavad Gita Not in the traditional manner, no, we take up slogas, give a discourse, no. That which touches our heart. He prompts the devotees to bring it out. And he provides us the dimensions brought out by various Mahatmas. And he gives us a forum where we can share this. Is that clear?
Clear, Swamiji, clear.
Yes, Swamiji.
Anything else? Anything else?
Swamiji.
Swamiji, 50.
50. That's also a very important slogan.
Yeah.
We were thinking in our mind, but we thought let it come out if Papa wants us to share. Again, he talks about Buddhi Yukta. Buddhi Yukto Jahadiha Ubhe Sugrta Dishkrite Tasmad Yogaya Yujasva Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. What a brief definition of Buddhi Yukta. All these dualities of Sugrta and Dushkrita, good and bad deeds that we do in our lower life are full of these conflicts. But when you rise to the level of Buddhi, you go beyond these conflicting dualities. Therefore, Yogaya Yujasva, connect yourself with the philosophy of the technique of yoga. What is that? Get your whole mind and heart established in yoga. And what is yoga? Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. Yoga is efficiency in action, dexterity in action. You are working, that is beautiful. It can become not only a means for your worldly welfare, but also a school of your own inner development. This is something we don't give any importance, We go there for the raising our capacity to buy more and more creature comforts. What is happening to our inner development? That is the unique feature of the Gita teaching. In no other religious literature in India or abroad you find this definition of spirituality. Spirituality is defined here as efficiency of work. What kind of definition? It's a combination of productive efficiency without and spiritual efficiency within. Whether I am a farmer or a doctor or a lawyer or an auditor or a consultant or a scientist, whatever may be my profession, my involvement should give both these. Productive efficiency without and spiritual efficiency within. Efficiency is a great word, and it's a great characteristic of modern Western civilization. Everything must be efficient. Efficient machines, efficient workers, efficient managers, efficient doctors, efficient nurses. Sri Krishna also stresses this concept of productive efficiency. With minimum effort, producing maximum results. There you can see efficiency in various departments of modern life and work. Many of you might know or might not know. No? In good old days, when an open well is dug, there won't be even any masonry at that time. We all remember, there will be a platform, wooden platform, some sleepers. And from there we lower down the vessel and directly bring it. Very strenuous. Very strenuous. With the vessel full of water to lift it up straight away, Somebody started seeing this, If the same energy is directed through a particular Ubadi, conditioning. The strain will be less. That is how the concept of pulley came. Previously it was wooden pulley, and later on it became iron pulley, that's all. So when you put it, when you draw the rope, the strain is half less. Efficiency in action. Productive efficiency. Another thing is, by his doing it, many others got benefited. No? Not merely he. Just look at all those things, what all improvements we have had. Not merely the person who discovered, invented or innovated. Efficiency. But at the same time, accepting this, the Gita introduces a second and higher dimension of efficiency, which is greatly needed today. There are two levels of efficiency in action. Very near to our Baker Fort, there is a person, a family, old, he and his wife, both must be 70 plus. But they are still in the business. There is an expeller, roadside. So you go with your copra, and then they extract the oil and give it to you with the, what do you call it, punaku, oil cake. But the moment when you take the copra, he will not straight away put it. He says, no, this is not worth taking it. It will be harmful for you if it has been spoiled. He will get money, whatever may be, then he will get, but no. And suppose we say, you give us 20 liters of coconut oil, 2 tins or 3 tins. He will ask, why do you want? He has got it. He can straight away sell it, no. But he says, what do you want? Why do you want all this much of quantity now itself? You come and take it when you finish it. It will be here. Suppose you open it, no, it will go bad. I have got it sealed here. We saw it, when we went there. So it is not merely business, Another dimension. That's what Lord Krishna here says, yoga. A higher dimension of efficiency. When you work, you change the world around you. That is one aspect of work that is highly emphasized in modern Western civilization. But Sri Krishna emphasizes a second aspect, also which is much neglected in modern civilization. It refers to what has happened to your mind by that productive efficiency. Has that work done any good to your mind? Has it made you better, purer, broader? Has it made you realize your own true nature? If that is done, efficiency gets a second dimension. We are talking about the 50th sloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. How much it is related to our workaday life, think. Through that one word, yoga karmasu kaushalam, efficiency of action is yoga. Dexterity in action is called yoga. In normal language, we say productive efficiency is the first type of efficiency. Good workers, strong, efficient farmers, industrial workers, administrators, professional people, everyone must be efficient to discharge one's responsibilities to duty, to society. That is one aspect of efficiency. The second aspect is highly neglected. And Sri Krishna stresses it throughout the Gita. See what has happened to you after years of productive efficiency. Have you grown spiritually? Have you realized something of the divine spark that is within you? Have you gone beyond the body-mind complex and its pulls and pressures and become calm and steady within yourself? All these are profound questions that some people in modern Western civilization are asking. What has happened to the human being? He or she has been a good worker, but he or she has become a broken person after years of productive efficiency. Work has done no good to that worker except his or her salary and whatever creature comfort that could come out of that salary. What about the inner life of the worker? Is he or she rich within, peaceful, fulfilled? In this way, Sri Krishna defines the yoga taught in the Gita as a double efficiency. Productive work efficiency, inward personal or character efficiency. These must go side by side. Don't separate these two. By the same work, if one can achieve two great things, how much greater will be our profit thereby? This second emphasis is highly needed today all over the world because we find man has become smaller and smaller, more subject to tension, sorrow, unfulfillment, suicidal tendencies. All these things are there in the most efficient technological civilization. Man has become a creature of the environment, Jandu, creature. Because we neglected the second dimension to the concept of efficiency. The Gita gently advises all working people to take care of this also. As you work, you bring blessings to society by your honest, efficient, cooperative labor in whatever fields you are working. The other day we were mentioning, you remember, in Wayanad where we were living, in Kalpetta, in good old days there were small shops. There was one khadi dealer, Raman Nair by name. So we all go to Raman Nair for buying our khadi clothing. Suppose when we go there, sometime during first week or second week of September, he will say, having waited, why don't you wait for another 10 more days? Why? You will get subsidy. 33% subsidy you will get. Okay. When Raman Nair says there is no appeal, no. He is the final, because we have seen in him, there are many such businessmen who are having all these norms. They are not merely after business. Business also they require to exist, but at the same time, they also want everybody to be happy, everybody to get the full benefit of it.
Swamiji,
Yes.
can we develop samatvam?
Why not? We are telling you the examples, not of Mahatmas or those who have gone to Himalayas or those who are in the ashram or those who are serving the saints. We are talking about ordinary people, grihasthas. Gita is applicable to one and all.
Already having the...
It is possible, we have not applied our mind on that, that's all. We can quote umpty number of such persons, who are very much in the field.
Oh, but they are already balanced mind, but a person who is educated...
Balanced mind, just now Lord Krishna said, you will not get balance of mind in one go, Inch by inch we build up. How we build up? When we are committed to that ideology, God sees to it that we get it through so many sources. Such persons, definitely attract us. And we are talking to you this when it had happened 40 years back or 50 years back. Still it is fresh in our mind, the impact. This has its own impact in all our dealings. It is not that we are just recollecting what they have done. Because there is an inner alignment that has taken place. That is why we remember. It is not by usual teaching, When you watch such a person or a situation or an object, And if you draw joy from it, a pleasant feeling out of it, that means you have linked it with your inner being. That is called the inner alignment. And that alignment will never be broken. And that is one of the methods to build up this character development. That means they are not immediately after their benefits. They are for the benefit of all. They stand for the benefit of all. And at the same time, they also have this vocation for their livelihood. Many people. It is possible, provided our direction turns towards that.
This inner alignment. Is possible to develop further, and how do we?
Inner development, we have to keep on praying to him also, to facilitate such thing. 3 years back we went to Wayanad, to buy some plants. So we went to a government nursery. We should be watchful, then only we will be getting. So when we were selecting certain things, the persons, the Amma who was handling, there are so many people there, she said, don't take that, don't take this, you can take that. So when asked, she said, no, that has gone bad. Outwardly it looks all right. But somebody took the other day, they said it is right. So their concern is not to to somehow sell it, Ordinary people. There is another dimension in handling things. Just like I told you about that coconut dealer. He will ask why you are buying, how much you are buying. If it is a spoiled copra, and if you are just giving it and taking back the equivalent, then that will spoil the rest of the stock. And the people may not know, At one look they may not be able to, but when they go they will see. So everybody knows if we buy from that person, it will be foolproof. Credibility. What is credibility? Credibility is that you can rely on him. Because his care and concern is there for everybody.
Trust, Swamiji.
Think about this, these are all Mananashila. Papa said, one has to be always thinking, thoughtful. So everything is placed before us, but we should know. When Papa said the world will...
What is the supreme power of efficiency, Swamiji?
What is the difference?
Power of efficiency.
Difference power?
Supreme power of efficiency.
Supreme power.
Supreme power of efficiency.
Supreme power of meditation.
Of efficiency.
Efficiency.
Efficiency and?
Supreme power, Swamiji.
Supreme power and efficiency. Supreme power and efficiency. Is that what you want?
Power of efficiency.
Supreme power of efficiency.
What does it mean?
Yeah, Swamiji. What does it mean, Swamiji?
What does it mean? Let us understand this, efficiency in action. Why do we bring so many words and we are asking for literal meaning? Let us understand there are two efficiencies. One is productive efficiency that we see outside. Along with that, we should develop character efficiency. That means I should be efficient, at the same time I should know that the care and concern for others, quality care and concern for others should also be there in my mind, so that I don't become self-centered. This is called efficiency in action. Efficiency in action does not mean efficiency at the outer level alone. Efficiency both at the outer level and the inner level.
Okay, Swamiji.
And so as you work, you bring blessings to society by your honest, efficient, cooperative labor in whatever fields you are working. See also that your inner life becomes qualitatively richer. What a beautiful word. See also that your inner life becomes qualitatively richer, full of joy, full of peace, full of love and concern for humanity. This is spiritual growth. So today we can call it as a qualitative enrichment of human life. The other one, productive efficiency, brings out our standard of living to go up and up and up. But what happened to the standard of life, quality of our life? And this is the first time, modern science. Now Sri Krishna foresaw this kind of difficulty for humanity. He was a great worker himself. And he developed a philosophy so many thousands of years ago where efficiency gets a double dimension, where quantity and quality go together. Are those who work efficiently peaceful? Can they live at peace with each other? Serve each other? These are all important questions. Many weeks back, we shared our experience in Chennai when our manager wanted to hit the target of 5 lakhs, a month. On those days, the monthly turnover was 2 lakhs. So one day he comes and asks, can you reach 5 lakhs? We told him, provided we give you a list of items, parts that we require. If you ensure that it reaches before 30th, we will do it. He said, I will do it. Give me the list. So we prepared the list, and there was a coordinated work from everybody, Right from the allotment, preparing delivery challan, typing out invoices, opening the cases, taking it out, distributing it, and again repacking it to different customers. And all these things went on like clock-like precision. And on 31st by 8 o'clock in the night, we hit the target. Next day morning, when the manager came, when he saw the figure, he was overwhelmed. He just made a casual remark, that's all. Immediately he telephoned to the head office and said, my boys have done what cannot be done. So they have to be, we have to show our part. So I am booking 2 buses and they will be taken to Bangalore. All the places they have to see, they have to be put in Woodlands, first class hotel. Today is, what do you call? 5-star. And they should be given all facilities. They should be taken to the factory, made them round, and they should have a jolly time. So it is not that none of us expected anything from them, because he was a man full of values. So if he says something, ours is to honor, that's all. A person who has deeply influenced us. It was not merely an outer productive efficiency. It touched and kindled in him. What is it that motivated these boys to rise up to the occasion? And it was a coordinated action without any fuss, without any tom-tom. It was a joy for us. Like, when you sit before the TV for the cricket match or football match, you get enthused. Similarly, every moment we used to ask, what is the figure, what is the figure, what is the figure? The account department has to give us the figure. As soon as the invoice is made, unlike today, today it's a computer. On those days, everything is, you have to handle it by human efforts only. So every time they have to fill up with the hand this particular invoice, this much, and totaling by hand. We still remember, 60 years back it had happened, but still it is so fresh in our mind and it's so inspiring to us when we read these 2 types of efficiency. That is the spiritual growth.
Swamiji, in writing the examination, writing a correct answer is productive efficiency. Writing it neatly, legibly, so that the examiner can understand what you have written is characteristic.
Exactly. People are writing, studying for PhD, The thesis, the new thought, the new wave that has come to them. They don't know how it is going to help. It might be the seed for further research on many aspects. Today, if we are seeing the fast science and technology galloping, we find it is all because of the research, the probing nature of an individual. And they know that the research done by them. Yesterday, a day for yesterday, we received an email from Ireland. The girl was bubbling with joy, because the opportunities thrown out to them, and the way in which she responded, and the way in which she became grateful to the entire people. It is not that her professional career gets promoted, that is secondary. But even the process gives her joy. The way in which people are cooperating, patting, encouraging, providing, all these facilities. And she is becoming aware of it. It will have a deep dent in her character. When you say how to develop the samatva, these are all the ways in which, God's grace, only by God's grace we become aware of all these things. Not by anybody's lecture. So here, quality and quantity go together.
Thank you, Swamiji. Hari Om.
I think this is a very important sloga. We will take it up the rest of the thing tomorrow, because it is directly related to our workaday life. Workaday life.
Swamiji,
Yoga karma.
Can we say that our equanimity, a person's balance, equanimity, will be in proportion to the strength of his or her inner alignment?
Correct. Sure. That means the more consciously we joyfully, lovingly, we will be associating with that job. Suddenly you will find spontaneously new ideas will crop up. Until such time, no. We have been
also say this as karma yoga. Do something joyfully and with dedication.
Correct, karma yoga.
Leads to
Anything we do with a broader dimension is karma yoga. That we will also take it up in the 3rd chapter. This is wonderful. This is to be thought over, and we must not merely leave it at the intellectual level. God is providing us through so many avenues, and we should try as much as possible. Samatvam yoga muchade and yoga karmasu kaushalam. These two are very, very important for all of us. Let us pray to Him, having provided, having facilitated to dwell more and more on this. Let us try to understand this through examples. We won't say examples drawn from the Puranic days. God is not only in the Purana age, God is there with all of us. So He is providing such examples only when we become aware of it and when we realize it with this dimension, then it leaves a deep impact in us. So let us all try. That is why Papa said the world we live in is a school in which observation and experience offer us immense possibilities for self-improvement. Nay, the world itself is Guru or God. So let us keep on observing. Even a minutest thing has something to teach us. And try to do whatever we have. Even if it be the minutest thing, let us try to do that. Just like that girl yesterday said, serving us the achar. A tiny little job, but the perfection, the dedication, the love, the care and concern for others, all put together in the small act of doing like this with the spoon. She teaches us, and the teaching stays with us even after 20 years. Hari Om. Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om
Namaskaram, Swamiji.
Namaskaram Namaskaram